Alright, my friends, today we're going to do some welding with Jacob. In this segment, we're going to be covering the classic Kawasaki 650 pipe mod. I'm going to be welding some water injection nozzles into my superjet exhaust. And we're actually going to be doing a Tiger Shark 640 exhaust mod as well. So while I got the welder out, we're going to do all the welding that we want to do today. Alright, now you're going to want to either have a nice pair of safety glasses like I do, or you're going to want to remember the safety squint. Now, this is a 650 SX pipe. It's got this extra nipple that everybody chops off and plugs shut. On the ski that it comes out of, this is just where a hose out of the pump cavity goes and shoots a little bit of water into there. But if anybody uses this on any other ski, it's going to be useless and they just got to plug it off. What a lot of guys do is they chop this guy off and they put it on the stinger. So they dry out this section of the exhaust a little bit, and then you inject the water into the tail cone of your exhaust. I'm going to be chopping this off, welding it shut, and putting this little stinger guy on this Tiger Shark exhaust stinger. And we'll show you a little bit more of that later. Oh, hi guys. Did I tell you it's Miller time? No, not the beverage. Today, we're going to be using the Miller-Matic 211, available at Kmart. Alright guys, here it is. This is the 650 SX pipe mod. We did it. Now, I know what you're thinking. That's not the real 650 SX pipe mod, because that's all we did. Well, we're not doing that because you can just look that up on the internet, and I don't feel like doing that to any of mine, but I'm going to do something similar to it on my Tiger Shark exhaust. So we're going to show you more of that to come. Next up, this is a section of our 1200 superjet exhaust. We're going to be welding on these nuts, these stainless nuts, to create a bung to install some brass fittings for water injection. We're going to put 2 of them, and we probably are going to use one, but we have an extra one if we need to. So what I'm going to do is just weld these on there, and then we can drill and tap these for the pipe threads, and it'll work just great. We got the... Can't tell, the camera light does not pop on exactly when it starts filming, so it's hard for me to know when these things start. But we got those welded on there, and so all we got to do now, drill and tap, and they'll be ready to go. So what are we gonna do next? Let me think. Alright, I hope this is in frame. I tried to angle the camera a little further down because sometimes I have in the past not done that enough and you couldn't see what I was talking about, but this is the Tiger Shark 640, and I'm going to show you the way that it comes out of the crate. Let's see. The exhaust comes with this, it's backwards, right? So, hang on. This is how we have it. I guess the way... Oh! Yeah, ha ha ha. I'm being a retard. So this guy bolts on here both ways. You can flip this 180 degrees, and that's bolted up out as out of the factory. And so this engine actually gives you provisions to rotate the head pipe and then rotate the tail pipe. And all you have to do that is grind off this plate, this bracket, and then you can turn the whole assembly around and run it like you would in a stand-up jet ski. And so that's all great. As for the pipe mods go, in here there's a little opening which I will show you. On the Kawasaki 650s, most guys weld this water injection hole shut on this upper part, but oh man, I don't think you can see, but there's a threaded hole. There's a threaded hole right where my thumb is pointing, and you can just block it off with any sort of bolt. So the Kawasaki guys, sometimes they'll put like carburetor jets in there. They'll tap it for that, but these Tiger Sharks have provisions to do that out of the crate. And so what that is to do is to keep the water from being injected into this part of the exhaust, which this pipe doesn't need it because there's no rubber coupler that you have to worry about keeping from melting. So I'm going to block it off here. I'm going to tap some sort of fitting on the side for a hose so that the water can exit here. And then I'm going to be welding this little nipple that we cut off the Kawasaki exhaust onto the Stinger. And we're going to be injecting the water into here because we do need some sort of water in the exhaust. Because from here on we're going to have rubber hose that we need to keep from melting. So anyway, we're going to give that a go. And I've never actually done this before on anything. A lot of the guys have been doing this to their Kawasaki's for years, and everybody does it a little bit different of a way, but everybody's kind of basically copying what is been done on the Kaufman exhausts for the 650SX or the PJS exhaust. They're very similar to the stock 650SX pipe, and so it's kind of easy for most people to kind of copy what the aftermarket has done with that into the stock setup, and it gives it a little bit more power, so at least from what I hear. So I'll let you know how it ends up working in real life for me. Alright boys, check it out. So this is the plan for this guy, is we're going to run one line directly from the pump to here, and then this guy is going to be fed by this hose. We're going to tee it off so we have a drain pisser so we can see if it's still getting water at all. But yeah, hopefully that'll give it some back pressure and quiet it down a little bit. I would think two hoses of water, I think that would do it. But I know some people have done no water box and just tried to quiet it down with water injections. So I don't know. Alright, so check it out. This is the final product. So I've tapped a line in the side here on the back side, so if it doesn't work, I can plug it and no one's ever going to see that it didn't work. And then, so you got the hot water exit here, shoots into the Stinger like that. And if you don't totally understand how this works, the water comes out of the pump into a line usually going into the bottom of the exhaust manifold, and that fills up the cylinder. Out from the cylinder, usually the water will come into the exhaust, and instead of injecting into the exhaust stream here, that line is plugged and it's able to feed through there. So I believe I don't know how exactly the performance is going to be enhanced. I might have to redo the jetting a little bit, or just crank open the high and low speed jets, but it should be pretty good. So right now, this engine, we've got the new electrical box set up, so it should fit in a 550 just like you would want it to, bolt in and go. So excited to see how that goes when we do it right the next time. And that's pretty much it. That's pretty much all we got for welding today. And so I can't really remember everything we covered because I did this in multiple sections, but you can leave a comment below and tell us what project you're looking forward to seeing the most.